Hey everybody, Shadow Phoenix here. Welcome back to Crystal Gardens. And in this episode, it's going to be done a little bit different. So no construction or anything. I thought it's time to actually show off a few things that the park actually is and to talk about actual park and stuff. So obviously I've talked about every single attraction that I've constructed, but I think it's time that we actually kind of showcase a few things. And I don't mean like POVs or anything like that, but I mean actually let's take a small walkthrough of a short section of the park. So we're going to start outside the park with the actual entrance into the parking lot and everything else. So we have our toll booths right there, as you can see. And then this lane over here, this is going to be for buses and stuff. So this is going to be like buses or like construction vehicles or anything that needs to go through that doesn't actually go through the actual toll booths. But we're going to go through the toll booths real quick because we're going to take a look at the toll booths. Nothing fancy, but I really thought kind of the architecture that I've done here really fits the actual park and stuff, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think each of them is wide enough. I could probably make them shorter and get more cars and stuff in there, but I think this is fine. It's technically a small regional park kind of thing, so nothing major. Alright, let's move on in. So from here, as soon as you actually get into the park and you start coming into the parking lot, you can actually start seeing some of the attractions. You see the Starflyer in the background. You see Wildcat to your left. And you can go straight or you can go around there. Basically, however you want to find your parking lot. We're going to go around this way, though. And there you see the Flying Trapeze. And we have a little security guard jack here. Now, basically what this is some backstage area. So this goes to the construction yard, deliveries, things like that. So you wouldn't be able to get in there unless you actually need to get back there. That's kind of there. Here we have our signs and stuff at the front of the park. So our roll signs, like this is row N, M, L, A, J. You'll notice O is missing. I didn't feel like O was a good letter to put on there, so I didn't. And of course the parking lot always has plenty of parking here at Crystal Gardens. Plenty. I'm going to swing around here. I want to show off some of these. This is just a few. I need to actually go over this. There's probably some more I need to add. But these are our VIP parking. So a lot of the people that have helped me out with donations or subbed to the channel, Patreons, kind of things like that. So we have, quite a few people here. Many people have helped me out on my channels and stuff. And of course, if you would like your name to be on that list, all you gotta do is either sub to me on Twitch or, make a small donation of like $5. That's all we ask. And over here we have even more of this. So I actually put these on both sides. Game just said. And you'll notice this pink one and an actual car here. This would be Mr. Guy Chicago, who has been so helpful. We all love Mr. Guy Chicago. He's an excellent guy, great guy. So huge shout out to him, as well as everybody else that has helped me during the construction of the park and everything. So, all right. We also have the Boomerang over there. We also have a bus unloading station over here, so this is where buses would unload. Tour buses, school buses, whatever, And you can see switchback right there. It is going through. You also see our roller plane over there too, which has been moved. Now, like I said, all we're going to do is just kind of take a little bit of a look at just a short section of the park, not the whole thing. So let's move on into the park. So I think this might be a thing we're going to probably do for a few weeks as I actually do some more construction in the park so we can get some more construction videos. We'll just show off a little bit at a time. You have the barriers here to keep cars from going in there. And then we have our ticket booths out front. This is a very old school park. And then we have our grand entrance, which the park has spent a ton of money on. And it has many uses, as well as just being administration and other stuff like that. It has a few other uses. Obviously, it's the carousel. It's on top of there. ticket booths, the check-ins, how you go through, as well as gift shops and other things of that nature. And then once you actually get into the park, here is the Central Plaza. Now, unlike most parks, I don't have a main street or a midway or anything like that. We actually just kind of have it kind of a plaza when you kind of come. Now we have locker rentals over there on the right-hand side. And for those wondering about the carousel is completely functional. Yep, the guests can go up these steps, and this is actually the exit entrances on the other side. So it is completely functional carousel for all of our guests. Hello, Mr. Security Guard. How are you today? Alright, so what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look over at the Wildcat section. One of the biggest things that you first see as soon as you enter the park, and you can actually see it from outside the park too, obviously the big wheel, or the big star, which is our giant Ferris wheel in the background. But also we have our main train station here, which has a total of 4. I'm going to say I think it has a total of 4 to 5 stops. I can't remember exactly. I'm counting 4 at the moment, so all around the park it basically goes. So, alright, and let's start over. Now, those of you who watch my Twitch channel or have actually been watching me build this park on Twitch and stuff, you guys have seen all of this, but, you know, I just wanted to kind of get this in here, kind of take a good look at what's been going on behind the scenes for those who don't actually watch me on Twitch, or for those who have missed any of the tours and stuff that I typically do. So here we have our guest services building. This would be where, you know, people go in and they would grab, you know, like be lost and found, or, you know, anything like that. Anything that you need guest services for would be inside of this building. Then we have over here Granny Smith's, baked goods, homemade ice cream, candy apples, all kinds of like just goodies and stuff, homemade goodies and things that the park makes and sells to all of our visitors. Grab in here. It's an excellent shop, and one of the first ones I actually built in the park. So awesome. And we're gonna come down here. If this park had a midway at all, it would be this section right down through here. I want to give a close up to these awesome lights and stuff that I made. These are all custom, and they do a great job of lighting up the area. In a future episode, we will take a look at the lighting and stuff. We have our classic Dodgems down through here. Now the Dodgems, one thing that I really like is a lot of people like to make their own skins and cover up the Dodgems and stuff like that. I really like the skin on the Dodgems, so it fits what I wanted to do here. So we're going to keep it just the way it is. This is a loud area down through here. Let's take a look at Wildcat. Wildcat is probably the oldest still standing coaster park. It is a classic, kind of, it's not really a twisted wooden coaster, but it does have it's kind of an out and back feel. I've already done a POV of this, so I'm sure you guys have already seen this, I think. So we're going to move on ahead. More lights. There. Track come down. And then we have our classic octopus ride, which in our park we call the Monster. It's also called the Monster at Kings Island, so obviously I took a little bit of inspiration from that, as I do most every. A lot of inspiration from my home park. And then on the other side over here, we just have basic bathrooms with water fountain. Here. Yeah, and then we're going to move on from here. Now, one thing I just recently did is I've done a lot of curving and stuff on the park, but I also added some lights back in here. Line. Very simple, very basic, but it works. All right, let's move in over here to our, I don't really know what I call this area, but I guess it's kind of a circus type area, more of a midway kind of feel. So here we have our flying trapeze. An excellent themed giant swing. Very basic. I didn't put a whole lot of I I guess you could say I put a whole lot of effort into having it look like a whole lot of effort wasn't put in. You know, very, very simplistic, basic theming that still carries the point across about what it actually is. And then we have all of our gaming area and stuff right down through here. Ruble Trillions games on this side. I think there's a couple down on the other side down there as well, but I've been kind of changing those out. And you'll notice we have a little backstage gate right here on this side. And we're going to take a look at the backstage area here probably at the end of this episode. Now here's something I just actually finished, which is all of this little eating area and picnic area kind of over in here. And then we also have our Music Express here. I literally just finished this today, so... Take a look at that fencing. I put little music notes all along the fencing there in the front. I thought that really kind of carried across the point. Just something to be a little bit different. There's our main dining restaurant here in this section of the park, which is Big Top Treats. You can get hot dogs, hamburgers, milkshakes, whatever you want can be bought pretty much in there. Kind of a little bit of everything. We got Shoot the Hoops here, which is Geekisms. Shoot the Hoops basically in there. Then this one I made myself. This is one of my own creations, Jacob's Ladder. It's one of those ladder climb things where if you make it to the top of the ladder, you win a prize. So, more picnic area over here on this side. Oh, you can see the smoke from the train going that way. We just missed the train. That's unfortunate. Alright, and over here we have another backstage area. Now I want to take a look, a really, really close look at the gates here. Employees only. And you'll notice I even put little rollers down here on the gates to make it kind of look like, okay, yeah, this is where that you could swing the gates open and they're on these little... That's a little something. And one of the last things I kind of want to show off here in this section of the park before we go any further is Wild Spin. This is the park's crazy family coaster here. It's one of those spinning coasters. I personally love this coaster because I love the signage and stuff that I did. It looks beautiful, especially when it's running the way it is right now. I love that. This park, people ask me all the time, what is my favorite thing in this park? I couldn't name just one. There are so many things in the park that I love that I have done and created. So, kind of taking a look here at Wild Spin. Awesome. Alright, and then we're going to go into one more thing here. I want to kind of show off a couple of things here, I guess. We have the lake area. There's the turnaround for... Oh, look here, we just caught a train coming through. And, of course, it wants to save right at the same moment. Going across our little walk area there. We have a little train crossing up there. Alright, but anyway, back over here, I want to show off our lake area. Now you'll notice that we're on a higher part of the path than what the actual train is. The train is lower, and then you got the lake, which is just lower than the train itself. But from here, you get a great view of Revolution, which is our old Arrow corkscrew looper. And of course, the turnaround on Wildcat is right there as well, which I was trying to say before I saw the actual coast or the train coming down through there. Now, there's one last thing over here that I do want to show off in this section of the park that I consider to be this section of the park anyway, and that is the Funnel Cake Factory. This is modeled after an actual building in an actual park. I don't remember where necessarily, but I love this thing. And yes, you'll notice it even has the little barrels on top of it, so I can't remember where it was, where this was at, but if anybody does know, go ahead and comment below, just kind of as a reminder to me, because I can't remember where the photo reference came from. And then we have one more little thing here. I'm not going to show off that area because that's for another day before we go over there. But I want to show off another little backstage gate that we have here. So obviously we have plenty of backstage openings and stuff for people to get into the park for the workers and stuff. Oh, we got a tree that's around back there. I went over this with a fine-tooth comb, but apparently I still missed that. Alright, so as you can see, that goes into the back as well. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut from here, and I'm going to go back outside the park real quick. And I want to show off the backstage area that we have, and that will be all of this episode. So just 1 second here, guys. Okay, so here we are back outside the park. We're at that security shack, and I want to take you guys down this little path. I want to show off this little area here that I haven't talked much about in any of the videos and stuff yet before, but I really want to show it out. So this is the entrance to our construction areas, our backstage areas, all kinds of stuff like that. So this would obviously be off limits to all guests and stuff. So definitely you're getting a backstage view here. We are behind Flying Trapeze. And there you can see the gates. This is the gaming area. You can see Big Top Treats right there. And then let's move on down here. Oh, looks like there's a delivery of some of the prizes and stuff coming in for our all of our gaming area here. Mama's Toy Chest is the company that we use for our prizes. Get all of the prizes from there. Looks like we just got a fresh shipment from Mama's Toy Chest in of Woody and Buzz. Now, this is something else I wanted to kind of show off here. We got some trash pickup and stuff back here. Oh, look, there's a Cosmic Cow sign back here. Let's talk about that real quick. So, originally, before the Flying Trapeze was put in, this area was themed completely different, and this was a Cosmic Cow restaurant before it became Big Top Treats. So once we put in Flying Trapeze, the area, this is all history of the park, not actually anything I actually built, but this is kind of like a piece of that history. So once the Flying Trapeze was built, then everything was rethemed, put to a circus theme, and Cosmic Cow became Big Top Treats. But you can still see a trace of the original Cosmic Cow back here with the actual signage, which is just kind of laying out here and not really doing anything except, you know, collecting dust, I guess you could say. But just a little piece of memorabilia. One of our workers needs to clean up after themselves. He didn't pick up our art. So now let's head on back over in here. This is kind of a long stretch back in here. There's the other employees only gate, as you can see right there. There's the back of Wild Spin. Alright, let's head on back in here a little bit. Goes our train. You can see that going up in the background. Dooba-dooba-dooba-dooba. I'm gonna zoom in up here. There we go. Okay, so right there, right where the funnel cake factory is, that's the back of the funnel cake factory, and you can see the entrance to the park right there. And I'm gonna keep on going up the path here to the last thing I want to show you guys before we head out for the day. We're gonna go underneath of our log flume back here. Keep on going. Let's just zoom in. Okay. Alright, there we have... Here's the water tower for our trains, and we can see part of the train station right there as well. That's for another day, though. And here we are. So, welcome to the backlot, guys. This is home to all of our construction crews, our maintenance shacks, all of that stuff like that. All of this is back in here. So right there you see a train. One of our trains is being worked on right now, which is not in operation. And you can see that there. So that's the train maintenance shed. There's the gardener's truck. Looks like we have maintenance trucks and golf carts. And let's let's see. It looks like a couple of the truck boxes and stuff from deliveries and stuff that we've had. Another maintenance shed over there. Well, don't know what these are. These could be for maybe some future attraction or something that the park may get in at some point. We don't know. And then back here in the back is kind of the boneyard, I guess you could call it. This is where like old track and stuff from past things in the park. It's kind of old oil drums and stuff like that. We call it the boneyard. And over here is some more. Oops, how'd I fix that? Guess I didn't. Maybe I didn't save it. Alright, and then over here is the power generators for the entire park. So if the power goes out or anything, this is like backup Jennies, all of that stuff. Transformers, who knows exactly what it's actually used for, but I really like it here. I noticed we don't have a danger, voltage sign or anything like that. This was the closest thing I could find, so I kind of like that sign right there. Then the trash pickup. So there you have it, guys. That is what I wanted to show off to you today. So we will have another episode here in Crystal Gardens again next week, and we're going to take a look at another section of the park and a little bit more detail for everybody, and kind of do these little tours and stuff until we get some more stuff for construction done. Basically, I'm working on a couple things right now, so yeah, we'll get to that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this little backstage look and this little walkthrough of Crystal Gardens. I will see you guys in the next video, and of course I will see you on Twitch as well if you guys tune into that. So once again, my name is Shadow Phoenix, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. I very much appreciate it. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks, guys.